Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanathimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Sorry for being a little late. I came out of a bureau meeting just now. Yeah. Reading from text 43 of the Light of the Bhagavat. In the autumn season, all the birds, beasts, and men become sexually disposed, and the bull, the stag, the male bird, the man, and other male creatures forcibly impregnate the fair sex. A similar impregnation takes place as a result of devotional service to the Lord. That's interesting. Let me read that. Devotional service to the Lord never goes in vain. Just as at the right moment, the result of one's particular devotional service will come, even if one has no desire for it. The pure devotees do not wish any return from the Lord in exchange for their service. They do not make business exchanges with the Lord, but the Lord, out of his own accord, fulfills all the desires of the devotees. It may appear that a devotee of the Lord is becoming poorer and poorer in terms of material prosperity, but factually, he is not. Typical example is the Pandavas. The 5 brothers headed by King Yudhishthira underwent all sorts of difficulties because of the conspiracy of their cousins, headed by Duryodhana. But in the long run, King Yudhishthira was enthroned by Lord Sri Krishna, and his enemies were vanquished. King Yudhishthira was never disturbed by all the calamities that overcame them, even though Lord Krishna was ever their companion. The Pandavas never prayed to the Lord for anything but his devotional service, and in due time everything came out in favor of the devotees. A devotee, therefore, should execute his devotional service with full energy, endurance, and confidence. He should perform his scheduled duties, he should be pure in heart, and he should serve in association with devotees. All 6 of these items will lead the devotee to the path of success. One should not be discouraged in the discharge of devotional service. Failures may not be detrimental. They may be the pillars of success. One must have good faith in the regulative principles followed by their self-realized souls, and one should not be doubtful about the ultimate result of such devotional service. Rather, one must go on executing his prescribed duties without hesitation. One should never be influenced by unwanted association. We should not consider going back to God a plaything. We must take it seriously, as enjoined in the scriptures. For a strict follower, the result is sure and certain. And when the time is right, the result will come of its own force. Dhruva Maharaja went to worship God to gain something. But when he actually came in contact with God, he did not want anything from the Lord. Lord, however, awarded Dhruva Maharaj both benefits. That is, the Lord fulfilled his desires and also gave him eternal salvation. Such are the lessons we learn from all the revealed scriptures. The Almighty God awards the result we desire. And therefore, we should desire that which is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. In devotional service, we should not endeavor for that which is temporary and useless. Om Tat Sat. So, Om Ajnanathimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, all of you.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna
for
Maharaj.
being here in the discussion of Light of the Bhagavat. And here I will read the beginning again. The autumn season, all the birds, beasts, and men become sexually disposed, and the bull, the stag, the male bird, the man, and the other male creatures forcibly impregnate the fair sex. Similar impregnation takes place as a result of devotional service to the Lord. So here it's mentioned that the result will definitely be there. It's just that it takes time. The result is a child is born, and it takes 9 months. And through the 9 months, if the female is thinking that, but where the hell is the child? Or the husband is thinking, where the hell is the child? So Prabhupada often said that he cited this as an example for patience. Utsahan nischaya dhairya tattat karma pravartanat. Enthusiasm and patience, both are required. You have enthusiastically performed, you have to wait for the result. Be patient. Right? So Prabhupada often said that it takes 9 months to produce a child. So you have to be patiently waiting. He gave this example. In Krishna consciousness also, we need to be patient with enthusiasm. You should not become morose. Where is the result? Where is the result? In human society, especially now in Kali Yuga, especially now with all technology and all that taking over the lives of people, I know that they have very low patience. It's an age where with the flick of your finger, you should get the result. Just like you flick on the phone left, right, you touch screen and it's delivered. It's on its way. And then ping, the bell rings and the pizza is delivered. Whatever you bought is delivered. And exactly home delivery. Krishna consciousness is not home delivery process. Actually, it is. For Krishna's pure devotees, it's more than home delivery. But we should know that there is a process. Just like you go and get admitted and become a doctor, you do an MBBS. It takes time to go through the whole classes, the assignments, the exams, the studies, and then, actually seeing patients, understanding disease, pathology, all sorts of things you get to know, and then you're fit finally to be able to try out what you've done. It takes a long time. It takes quite a long time. But people do it patiently because they know for sure at the end of it, I'll click it. I'll become a doctor. And people will respect me for being a doc. And if they have any diseases, they'll come to me. And I will do them a favor. Of course, I'll take the necessary money that's needed. Aha, that's what I'll do. But I'll practice and it'll come through. So this faith, this hope, this patience is very much needed for a devotee. I know sometimes devotees were thinking, Maharaj, I chanted for 25 years. I've been a devotee. What happened? Why didn't I, suddenly get a halo around my head? Why do my feet still touch the ground? Why am I not gliding through? What's happened? What do you expect? I mean, what are you really expecting? This is a material expectation. If you think that something should happen to you, boom, there should be a thunder, lightning striking you, or you should suddenly become person with the halo around and you float in the sky. You want expecting some material experience that'll be different from the regular monotonous life that you lead. Spiritual life doesn't show off like that on the material plane. Spiritual life is an expansion of consciousness. It's a purification of consciousness. And you can experience it inside gradually. You can experience it inside gradually. And a devotee becomes increasingly happy. It's a beautiful example is given in the Bhagavatam. That tushti pushti kshud apayaha. That if you're hungry, you're really hungry. You know, sometimes kids come from school and say, Mama, I'm hungry. And they just sit down on the table and just ready to gorge down and eat a whole mountain of food. And then the mom also is very happy to feed somebody who's hungry. And then start eating. By the time they are like 2-3 mouthfuls full, they have lost interest in eating. Well, it's okay. I mean, that's it. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Tushti pushti kshud apaya. Bhagavatam says if you're hungry and you sit down to eat, tushti, you become satisfied. You first of all become satisfied. Why? Your hunger is appeased. Pushti, it's nourishing. It actually gives you some energy, some strength and everything. Pushti, kshud apaya. Your hunger is finished. The fire of hunger is no more there. These three things happen, brings you satisfaction. And it says that similarly, bhakti will actually do these things to you gradually over a period of time. Bhakti will give you satisfaction, will give you nourishment, will actually appease your hunger. What is the hunger that we have? We have that hunger for a relationship with the Supreme. We have lost that relationship. Our loving relationship with Krishna. We were in love with Krishna, head over heels. And somehow we lost it completely over a period of time, gradually. And reviving that eternal love for Krishna is a job. It's a practice. It takes time to do it. So gradually, as we revive that love, it's already known to you. And it's only a matter of time because you're already familiar with loving Krishna. You're familiar with Krishna. The thing has to be awakened from inside. This is a great hope. Why? If you read the philosophy, you will say that you can never cut your connection from Krishna. That's one thing. Even if you try to, Krishna never cuts off his connection from you. Krishna doesn't cut off his connection. So it's a process by which you revive your loving relationship with the Lord. Right? So it says very nicely in the Nectar of Devotion and in other places that Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kore Udaya. That Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, eternal, perfect Krishna Prema, is not coming from outside into you. Because you chanted Hare Krishna, you took darshan of the deities, and something from the deity, a halo came and went inside you. It all looks nice in movies for special effects. And then after that, something happened to you. And then I could see my hair stand on end. Wow. And there's some energy and light came out of my ears. And you want all these things to happen to you. No, that's not the way it's happening. So Krishna is saying that gradually a person's consciousness gets purified. And it's not something from outside. A sadhana portion of it has got a lot of things outside. You pick up the mala, you sit in a nice place, you feel peaceful, you take a deep breath, you chant Krishna's name, you close your eyes, you close your ears, and you focus. All these are external things you would do. But finally, what you're expecting is that there's a purification of consciousness that happens gradually. And whenever all these type of things happen, like, you will see in the Leelamrita instance where one of those devotees, early American preaching of Prabhupada, she's coming and telling Prabhupada, they're chanting Hare Krishna and a red light came. A red light came from her forehead. So Prabhupada simply looked at her and said, keep chanting, it will disappear. Don't worry. And she was shocked. I thought this came because of the chanting and is something spiritual and something is happening to me. Prabhupada said, keep chanting, it will disappear. It's completely disappointing, right? Completely disappointing. But Prabhupada said, keep chanting, because that's not important. Red light is not important. That's in the traffic junction, you can get it. Red light is not important. We are not chanting for getting a red light. We are chanting for purifying consciousness. We are chanting for awakening our love for Krishna. And that is where you should work. And you will know if you read Prabhupada's books that that's not going to come free. You need to put in work for that. You need to actually chant Hare Krishna with focus, with faith, with a taste, with belief, and then surrender to Krishna. You could, meet with Krishna in the sound vibration, the transcendental sound vibration. And gradually it happens. It happened to Dhruva Maharaj. Prabhupada is quoting about Dhruva Maharaj. It happened to Dhruva Maharaj in the forest, young boy. Gradually, his meditation became so deep and his breathing was making other people suffer because they were choked all over the universe. Demigods were choked and they ran to Vishnu and told him what's happening. He said, don't worry, it's Dhruva. I'll go and set it right. And then he descended in front of Dhruva. And then instantly, Dhruva became pleased and everything became all right. But it was because of Dhruva. It's powerful, this chanting of the holy name. He chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya in Satya Yuga as given by Narada Muni to him. In this Kali Yuga, the same Krishna has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and told us to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And same thing can happen to us, like it happened to Dhruva. And Prabhupada says that in the purport in the Dhruva Maharaj in the 4th canto, that what happened to Dhruva Maharaj can happen to each one of us. Simply, it requires that we are determined and sincere. If we are determined and sincere. So, another point about this is, what are you expecting? What are you expecting to happen? Something explosive? You're already chanting Hare Krishna, you're already doing devotional service, and that's what you get even after you purify yourself. Right? It's not that you'll get extra wings and you'll fly in the sky and there'll be a different material experience for you. It's something much, much greater than what you're thinking as a material experience. It's a spiritual experience. In Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, you can see that. It actually happens to me, goes back to Godhead. It goes back to Godhead. He gets into the Nanda and Sunanda, the Vaikuntavasis, they come in an airplane. Fantastic airplane is described in the Bhagavatam. And he sees them. Everybody is not able to see, but he sees them. And he sees, wow, they come and Nanda and Sunda tell him, Dhruva, they come to take you. Krishna, the Lord has sent us here with this aircraft to take you back to him, to Vaikuntha. Please step in. And then he immediately says, I'll do that. And he pays obeisances to all these saints and sages and rishis and munis who are with him. And then he pays his respects to that person, this person, this thing, and takes leave of them and thanks them and everything. And then he circumambulates that airplane 3 times and pays obeisances to the airplane. And then while he's stepping inside, death, Mrityu, comes immediately and shows the head and says, what about me? You're supposed to die here. And then Dhruva Maharaj places his feet on top of death's head and just steps inside the airship. And he is very happy to get Dhruva Maharaj's lotus feet on his head. When he steps inside the airship, and as soon as he does that, his whole body changes into golden. He gets a spiritual body, completely changes. And then he can feel that everything is changed. I have no more my material body, my consciousness completely changed. I have nothing material on me. My body is spiritual body, my original body. And then he for a moment, he thinks, but what about my mom? She's the one who guided me, right? And then immediately Nanda and Sunanda know what he's thinking. He said, there she is. She's also coming in another airplane. Same thing happened to her because she did a great seva to you, and she's going to get the benefit of all that you did also. And she's your Vartama Pradarshaka Guru. She's definitely coming with you to Vaikuntha. And in this way, he goes back to the spiritual world. And that's where you belong. So this is a fact. It's going to happen. It's a reality. It's just that it's going to take a time because it's such a fantastic thing that's going to happen to you. You're going back to Godhead after so many millions of janmas in this material world. It's an amazing event. And that's described in Dhruva Maharaj's pastime so wonderfully. It's so realistic. And Dhruva, he didn't go for it at all. He went when he was young just to get a kingdom and sit on the throne, much greater than even his grandfather. He went for that purpose. And the Lord gave him everything that's necessary. So here Prabhupada is saying, Krishna looks after you. You may think he's not looking after you. You may not see his presence because you're not yet ready to see him. You're not yet fully purified. But rest assured, he's carefully managing everything that you need. He's right there, but you're not able to see him. That's like when Narada Muni, his previous life, he recollects to Vyasadeva. And he tells him that, I was a young boy and my mother was the only one looking after me. And, the sages came to my home and they discussed Krishna and I became fascinated. And I remembered all their instructions. But one fine day, my mother died bitten by a snake in the forest where she was bringing wood for fuel. And then I saw that and I just didn't know. I was very young. I didn't know what's happened. I've lost my mom. And then I just didn't know what to do there. And then a wise guided him in the forest and said, my dear boy, you do what the rishis and sages told you to do. Continue to meditate on me. Continue to chant. Continue to focus on me. I am not going to be visible to you now because you're not qualified to see me now. But if you continue to do this, gradually you'll be able to do the needful. And it's not that in his life again, like it came for Dhruva, he appeared again. No, he continued to follow that instruction. Wow, Krishna has given me instruction. That's what I do for the rest of my life. He traveled from pilgrimage to pilgrimage. He chanted the holy name. He engaged in spiritual life, devotional service. And finally, one day he passed off in a holy place. And in the next life, he became Narada Muni. It's not that in that lifetime, Mr. Krishna came to me, I promised you, I told you, you're not qualified, but now you're qualified. Here it is. I'm giving you darshan like I gave to Dhruva or something like that. But Narada Muni, in that lifetime, he completely had faith in what the Lord said. It's going to happen. That's it. Because Krishna has spoken to me personally. So devotees have faith. I'm engaged in devotional service. How else am I engaged in devotional service? If Krishna has not been merciful to me, if it's Krishna's mercy is not there, how am I even chanting Hare Krishna? How am I taking prasadam? How am I reading Bhagavad Gita? How am I able to do some seva for Krishna? It must be that Krishna is involved. Because nobody can do devotional service without Krishna's sanction. So he's involved with us. Tasyaiva heto prayatet kovido na labhyate brahmatam uparyadha tan labhyate dukavat anyata sukham khalena sarvatra gabir ramhasa. A beautiful shloka from the Bhagavad says, you must in life wait, ask for, and get that which you can never get uparyadaha, by traveling to the topmost planet to the bottommost planet. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, like that you go down. Or, Harloka, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Brahmaloka, like that you Satyaloka, you go up. In all these planets together, you should not be able to get that thing which you want. That is Krishna consciousness. That's love of Krishna. That you will not get in all these 14 planetary systems. Right? You should aspire for that which is not available in this whole universe. Right? Prayatet kovido. Intelligent people will strive for that. Nalabhyate. Brahmatam uparyadaha. Brahmatam means to travel. Na labhyate means that which you will not get even if you travel from the topmost planet to the bottommost planet. That thing you must try for. So that's what we are engaged in trying for. And Krishna is very happy that you're engaged in that. You're not asking me for stupid, silly boons. Here, Dhruva Maharaj is quoted that he asked for a kingdom and he wanted to take revenge and all that. And the Lord, when he came, he saw the Lord and he said, "Oh, Swamin Kritarto Asmin Varam na yache." Varam means boon. Oh, after seeing you, my Lord, I don't want any boon. I've given up all my stupid, silly things that I came to ask for because you've given me your darshan. And seeing that, everything has disappeared. I asked for broken glass, you've given me diamond. So what do I need the broken glass for? But the Lord said, never mind. You go back and you rule for 36,000 years, you will rule as Dhruva. And the same Simhasana that your father sat and your stepmother refused you the place. And after that, like you desired, you will go and rule greater than your grandfather Brahma. You will rule on Dhruva Loka. And after that, you'll come back to me in Vaikuntha for my eternal residence with me. All your material desires will be satisfied. Spiritually, you'll be satisfied. You will come back to me also. You'll never forget me. What an amazing benediction you got, both material and spiritual, and going back to Godhead. Wow, for the rest of my life, I don't have to worry about anything. Materially, spiritually, everything he got blessings and a long life. This is exactly what some people may be thinking. That's a good boon. Now, that's what I want to ask for. Both materially and spiritually, I should be satisfied. What is material satisfaction? Because Dhruva himself, after seeing the Lord and the boons he got from the Lord, he was going back, he was regretting. Why did I ask for all these small things? And, the Lord gave it to me. I shouldn't have asked this. I made a big blunder. I made a mistake. I should have asked for pure devotional service to Krishna. He was thinking like that in coming back. And his father was elated to come and meet him. What a son I've got. I treated my son so bad. He went to the forest and he saw Krishna and came back here. He did not go to see Narendra Modi and come back without seeing him, which is what happens here. I got an appointment. I want to go and meet him and all that. You won't get an appointment. You won't be able to see him. And you'll think, oh, it's Narendra Modi, therefore I can't see him. It's too big an event. No, this boy went 5 years old. He went and saw the Supreme Personality of God. He came down to see him. Such was the power of chanting the holy name of the Lord. So why do we have to think that we won't be successful? Why do we have to become impatient? In this path that is mentioned, definitely everybody has a victory. It's just that some people are a little more attached, some people are less attached. Some people take more time, some people take less time. I mean, that's a shape and size. Everybody has their individuality and everything. Some drag their feet a little bit because of some attachments. Some quickly get lost from here. They don't have much, and their times are anyway bad. So they don't have anything much to do here. So things vary accordingly. If you follow this path, my dear king, Yannaste, what is it? Yannaste न प्रमाद्येत करिहिचित धावन निमील्यवा नेत्रे न स्खले न patet iha. Beautiful shloka that says, my king, you should understand that this is such a path, the path of devotion, love for God, devotional service. Is such a wonderful yan asthaya naro rajan. Na pramadyeta karihichit. There is no confusion, no bewilderment, no question, nothing in this path. You'll have no doubts. Na pramadhyeta karichit. Pramada means doubt, madness, going off and all that. Na pramadhyeta karichit. Nothing, no doubts will come on your mind. You'll just increase your devotion and your faith. Dhavan nimilya vanetre. Dhavan means to run. Nimilya means your eyelids. Netre means your eyes. Dhavan nimilya vanetre means shut your eyelids and run. You simply shut your eyelids and run. Naskale na patet iha. You will not trip, you will not fall down in this path. Even if you close your eyes and run, you will not trip, you will not fall down. That is the type of path that is Bhakti Yoga. That's what Krishna glorifies in the Bhagavad Gita. So if you've already got it and if you're already rendering that service and you're already in that highest yogic platform, only thing you need to do is to be strictly following the instructions. And Prabhupada is saying, definitely for that person, the result would come. See, when we get into college and when we get a job and all, we very strictly follow. We have to be on time, get disciplined. Why? Because I get my MBBS degree at the end of it, yeah. I don't want to screw it up. I don't want to botch it up. I got to do all these things, paka. Because the end result is so attractive. I don't mind going through any austerity, any penance, any hard work, burning the midnight oil. I'll do everything that's necessary. Why? In the end, I'll get that fantastic fruit of becoming a doctor. Similarly, if you develop value for bhakti, then you'll be more inspired to go ahead and do it. Right now, we do bhakti like, a sadhana means, right, okay, yaar, I'm supposed to do it. There is a rule and regulation, I am supposed to do it. Actually, I'm not able to put my entire enthusiasm behind it. But then by philosophy, by intelligence, by reading the books, I understand that this is good. It's good for me, but I'm not very attracted to it. So when you are forced to do something which you don't like to do very much, that is called sadhana. Children don't like to go to school. Or even if they go to school, they want to be playing, fooling around, joking, running around and everything. They don't like seriousness and sit down and do the homework and all that very much. But then what to do? Mom is saying, father is saying, other people are doing, I should also study. But slowly, you get attached to it and slowly you get some taste. So sadhana is something like that. As you keep doing it, gradually you become attracted and you start understanding what it means. So you should rest assured, you should never become impatient. The Narada Bhakti Sutra says, don't become morose if you don't get immediate result. Rest assured that everything is going into the bank and your bank balance is piling up. At correct time, it will just boom, you can take the benefit. So that's mentioned here by Prabhupada. You need to cultivate patience. We need to have faith. Then we need to strictly follow and execute and wait patiently. Success is assured. There is no doubt about that. A few slips here and there, something happened, this happened, that happened. That's all okay. That's part of life. You will not execute devotional service like a straight line like that, boom, like Raghunath Das Goswami did. It says that his sadhana was so good that you can draw it on a stone as a straight line. It's like on stone marking with a straight line. It was like that. It was so sharp and so strict. But we may do a little bit of like that. On average, it'll be a straight line. Arey yaar, today I did not get up from Mangalarati. Kya karega? I ate too much last night. Or I came back late last night and morning, yeah, could not get up. I was so tired. And then I'm chanting japa a little late, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But this is not good. I don't like this now. I want some discipline. I got to leave my office early. I'll tell them, forget it after 6 o'clock. I don't want to be here. I want to go back, take a wash, and then be with my kids for some time and chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavatam with all of them. And then I go to sleep enthusiastically, get up in the morning for Mangalarti, and I greet the Lord and I chant my japa and read Prabhupada's books. And then I'll go to the office. I mean, I got to be strict. You know that. But Krishna also knows that you like it, you want it, but you're struggling hard. So he's also waiting patiently. Okay, go ahead. And he's also helping. When a person is actually trying sincerely and trying to do his best, Krishna is with you. Of course, you didn't make your mark, but I can't give you the full result, like he told Narada Muni. They say, you're not yet qualified fully, but I'm with you. Okay? Go ahead and perform. I'm right here. It's like, uh, you learn cycle. When you learn cycle right in the beginning to balance the bike, and your friend or your brother or your sister or your father is holding the seat. Yeah, go ahead, it's going on. balance, balance and all that. And then you feel that he's holding my seat and all that. And then actually you're riding on your own. You started balancing. And the moment you discover that, oh, I'm not holding the seat, boom, you fall down. But then your father says, yeah, actually, you're doing right. Why did you turn around and look? You're going pretty good. You're already started driving on your own. You're already balancing. Really? And then, over a period of time, it happens. Over a period of time, it happens. A few bangs, a few falling, few bruises, this and that's all part of learning cycle. I remember in my younger days, I read Prem Chand, very famous Indian author, poet. Somebody knows Hindi, they all know Prem Chand. And there was a non-detailed text in my Hindi language thing. There was Cycle Ki Savari. I think Santushta Haripriya will understand what I'm saying. She's a Hindi teacher. So, Cycle Ki Savari, itni achhi article thi. He, he's learning how to ride a cycle. The same thing which I'm telling you is happening to me. And I think his brother or sister is holding him and saying that, hey, a bullock cart is coming, keep away, keep away. And then he says, keep away, and he goes and bangs into the bullock cart. And he was wondering in his article, how is it that when I'm told keep away, I go and do that only? This is something strange here. Every time I'm told don't do this, I'll end up doing it. How is it like that? It's a very beautiful, funny article he has written. So we go through practice sessions and we may not always be so perfect. But on an average, over a period of time, you learn how to ride the bike. You learn how to be on your own. So Krishna is waiting for that. He also wants you to do that. He wants you to become totally reliant on him, and that will happen over a period of time. But at the same time, don't take it very easy. Arey yaar, Krishna said it will happen. Yeah, let's go ahead and be easy. No, to be strict. You have to follow the rules and regulations and wait patiently. Utsaha, nischaya, dhairya, tat karma pravartana. You should do all those activities. And then gradually it does happen because Krishna is very kind to his devotees and he definitely wants you to be successful. And he is helping from all quarters, from all sides. So rest assured, be patient. Anyway, you're already a patient admitted in the hospital called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So the other quality called patience is also required. It takes time to cure you because you're such an idiot. You have dirtied yourself so much that requires a thorough wash. And the washing takes some time. So don't be in a hurry. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna. I'll give you 5 minutes for questions. Haribol?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you. Where are you?
I'm riding the car.
Okay. Keep riding. Tell me.
Maharaj, I read somewhere that Prabhupada was saying that we have to practice of shifting our consciousness from anywhere else to Krishna.
Can't hear you very well, Amrita.
Maharaj, I read somewhere that Prabhupada was saying in the morning walk that we have to shift our shift our consciousness from anything else to Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, from matter to Krishna. Yeah. Yes.
Like
Go ahead.
my question is that is it sadhana bhakti? Sadhana bhakti means we have to protect our consciousness and make it always keep Krishna consciousness.
Yes. Yes.
So we know theoretically this, yes, we have to always keep our consciousness into Krishna and Krishna keep. We have a society also, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That means we have to keep our consciousness, Krishna consciousness, always. But we forget it.
Yes. That's called Krishna unconsciousness.
So we should protect, right? By keeping always something remembrance of Krishna.
Yes. Yes, you're right. It's interesting that you're asking the question and also giving the answer.
I just wanted to confirm that. Is it right?
Oh, yes, you're right. You're 100% right. Yes, the challenge is to keep Krishna and keep connected with Krishna. So we should learn the art of doing things in this world and at the same time focusing on Krishna. That is called Krishna consciousness. It's not that artificially we renounce everything and run away. Prabhupada said that dovetailing everything in Krishna's service, that's the art. Krishna consciousness is an art. And Prabhupada gives in one place, the art of focusing one's attention towards Krishna is called Krishna consciousness. We give a definition. You're learning that art. Because everything is actually connected to Krishna. And you recognize and acknowledge it. And you start doing it. You start thinking like that. You start living like that. And you become connected. You become connected. It doesn't matter you're in your house, you're doing some housework. It doesn't matter you have to go to work. It doesn't matter you have to do your duties. You can be doing all that. But internally, you can be very deeply connected. These external things really don't matter for connecting to Krishna. They don't matter. Connection to Krishna is on a completely different aspect. That's why Lord Chaitanya gave the beautiful example of the housewife who is in love with another man. She's a paramour she has got. It's a very interesting example. Huh? It's Lord Chaitanya giving this example. He's a sannyasi and he's giving this example. Brilliant example. He said, you know, the housewife, she has got 2 kids and a husband, a very loving husband and all that. And Paravyasanini Nari Vyagrapi Graha Karmashu. Swad Antare Navarsanga Rasayanam. Slipping out some things there. It says that she is internally having an amazing remembrance of that other person and she's enjoying it inside. Navasanga Rasayanam. That new Sangha, that new association with that man, she's enjoying moments inside, recollecting and enjoying. But externally, she doesn't want her husband to see it, her children to see it. So she's very enthusiastic in doing everything that they need. Oh, you want to, I'll cook for you this, I'll do that for you. But inside, she's thinking all the time of that other man. And she's enjoying it. And the Lord Chaitanya said, because internally she's very absorbed with that other man. Externally, she's enthusiastically rendering all the services for her husband, for her children, for the household, for the parents, everything. But nobody knows she's having an affair. Nobody knows she's having an affair. So getting connected to Krishna is like having an extramarital affair. Actually with Krishna. All the other things are not actually really affairs. The only affair is with Krishna. Everything else is bogus. It's not true. It doesn't last. Right? So you can imagine how it will be if you become absorbed in the person who really loves you and you really love him like nothing. Finding our love for Krishna, that's the main business. That's Krishna consciousness. Everything else will pale out into insignificance. And because it's not very important, you will do that very nicely. You'll become very expert at executing all these duties very nicely. Because inside you're enthused by your association with Krishna. That's what happens. I hope that helps you. Okay? If I've understood your question properly. Yeah. Fine. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna. There's no other question. Om Tat Sat.